Major news before we hit the air tonight. Seth Jones, holy shnikes. He goes from Columbus. He told the Blue Jackets he's going to test free agency, so they deal him to the Chicago Blackhawks. They flipped the first-round picks this year. So Columbus now picks 12th overall as well as 5th overall. Chicago gets their 32nd overall pick. Columbus got that from Tampa Bay. You see the return for Columbus. Also got Adam Boqvist as well, a former #1 draft pick. Moments ago, our Emily Kaplan caught up with John Davidson, president of the Blue Jackets, to talk about this monster deal.
John, Seth Jones to the Chicago Blackhawks. Tell me what happened with this trade.
Well, it's not something that happened easily. You know, with the Seth Jones situation, he did not want to sign an extension with the Blue Jackets with 1 year remaining on his contract. So we've decided to do the best that we can to get the return that we need as we continue to grow as a franchise. Seth's a great guy. He's a great player. He had every right in the world to do what he did. I don't hold that against him one bit. I know he loves this place, but he made a decision personally and professionally for himself. With us, we've spent days and days trying to put a deal together, and the deal with the Hawks is real. I can't get into the entire package just yet until it comes out, but one thing we do know is we get Chicago's first pick in the round one. They will get our number 31 as part of that from Tampa Bay in the David Savard trade. So this is hockey. This is what it is, and when you're dealt cards, you got to deal with them.
So what does this say about the direction of the franchise next year and the next couple years?
Build as quickly as you can and as best as you can. Draft, develop, continue to do what we do. I think Columbus is a great city. I know players that are here love this place, and we're going to get a lot of good young ones coming in here. This is going to be fun to watch this.
I know there's a lot of players that love this place. Cam Atkinson is right behind us, but Seth Jones was a popular player.
Yep.
He's not the only popular player who's left recently. I know a lot of fans are disappointed. What do you say to them?
Hang with us. This is a great city. There's great fans here. You're seeing that a little more, I think, in all sports, all pro sports around. Baseball players leave, basketball players are doing it, football players do it. We're seeing it now in hockey some. So you deal with what comes your way, and at the same time, you try to do the best you can in the return aspect of things. We're very happy with what this deal has become. Now it's up to us to really make sure we take advantage of it.
Thank you so much, John.
My pleasure.
Back to you guys.
I love Ohio, too, for the record. Went to high school and college there. Jeff, you know that man. You work with that man.
Yep,
what was going through the Columbus Blue Jacket offices this week when you're forced to make a deal like this for a guy you know who's going to walk after this year?
Yeah, I think the reality of the situation is the players have a lot of say now, right? Yeah. You get to the end of your contract, you can decide where you're going to sign and force the issue. And it looks a little bit like that. Columbus got some picks here and hopefully move their team forward with some picks. Chicago gets a great player. But it looks to me like it's a player that decided only a few teams he was going to go to. And Chicago obviously wins the sweepstakes.
Elite defensemen are hard to come by. They don't make a lot of Seth Jones out there. This guy's elite. We know that. His ability to skate, control the game, play major minutes, and impact the game in different ways. Provide a little physicality, too. Doesn't hurt that his brother is there now as well. Crafty move by Stan Bowman in acquiring Caleb. So those two will be paired with each other at some point, I would assume. But here's the other thing, too. This really kind of resets the landscape now. Because now, as we look at this draft, maybe some general managers are thinking a little differently about defensemen. There's some elite D to be had in this one. So that kind of changes the dynamic a little bit, Sam.
The impetus for this trade is Kevin Adams, and what he did as a rookie general manager going to Philadelphia, he gets a D-man back in return. Ristolainen goes out. He gets a first and a second. Well, now Jarmo Kekalainen's sitting there and saying, if that's the asking price for Ristolainen, Jones is a better player. Yeah. And so what do? We add that additional first-round pick. There you go. But it was Kevin Adams who set the tone for this deal.
And he signs a big extension, Seth Jones does, in Chicago. So that great hockey city welcomes Seth Jones for a long, long time.